Well, it wasn't a fear of flying. It was a fear of traveling, because until recently, the Baylor Bears hadn't won a Big 12 road game. Now they're singing on the road. You know why? Because they think today they're going to beat OU for the first time ever. But can they do it on homecoming Saturday in Norman, Oklahoma? Can they do it against Bob Stoops, who is 6-0 all-time on homecoming?
Coming up today, Mike shows us how many of the 7 unbeatens remain. DeMarco breaks down the hibernating Bears. And Billy Ray mixes up a cure for an Irish hangover. All the scores and highlights next on Kyocera College Football Saturday Kickoff.
Oklahoma stud running back Adrian Peterson did not play last week against Kansas. Now, he is dressed today. We know definitely he will not start. How effective he can be is yet to be seen. Top of the hour, it's Big 12 football from Norman, Oklahoma. The Sooners 14-0 lifetime against the Baylor Bears. But believe it or not, entering today's showcase, it's the Sooners struggling for respectability. For Baylor, it's all in the hands of junior quarterback Sean Bell. He engineered the Bears' first ever Big 12 road win. Can he throw another one into the record books today? Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Kyocera College Football Saturday Kick.
Does it really turn you on? Does it ease your pain? Cry, jam, pain, strike, out of control. I love you. Break out, burn down. I can't let go. I fight for you.
Well, shockingly, Saturdays in Norman are far from normal, especially when it is homecoming. The tailgating continues, and this Saturday abnormal due to the running back situation. For further clarity for Oklahoma, let's check in with Drew Goodman and Gary Reasons.
Welcome to Oklahoma for Big 12 football on
It's been a decade of dominance by the Oklahoma Sooners over the Baylor Bears. But this season, the Bears have claws and a chance to go bowling in December. Oklahoma has been bruised, knocked around a bit, but the Big Red Machine is dangerous. They're a tough team to beat at home, and the fans know how to keep that Sooner spirit up. Baylor travels to Norman in an important Big 12 conference showdown. Bowl bids for both teams hang in the balance. Next on FSN.
There'll be 84,000 strong tonight from Memorial Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma. One of the great settings for college football. And from Owen Field in Norman, it's the Baylor Bears at 4-2, the Oklahoma Sooners at 3-3. Big 12 football presented by Kyocera. We'll send Runnels in motion. Gutierrez on the zone read, gets wide. Gutierrez to the end zone. Touchdown! Jacob Gutierrez gets the Sooners even with Baylor. The sophomore from San Antone.
Well, it may be a little different running style here, going all the way to the outside. Maybe not Adrian Peterson-esque, who'd like to take it north and south, but Gutierrez showing good speed there, finding that pylon just inside the pylon for the score.
Now, if you asked this kid, Gary, on Tuesday, when he put the pads on for practice, if he thought he'd play on Saturday, if he gave you an honest answer, it'd probably be no. Well, I wonder how many snaps he got in practice this week.
He probably got some snaps, but probably didn't know what it was going to be about. That's a pretty good job of getting it in the end zone. I don't know if he stepped out of bounds or not, but, you know, in warm-ups tonight.
Gary Reason somewhere up there. And Jim knocks down on the field. On Drew Goodman. 7-6 Oklahoma. Early stages, second quarter. And it's complete to Alan Patrick out of the backfield. So starting to get a rhythm now is Rhett Bomar. The tackle by Jamal Harper.
I think Rhett Bomar's thrown the ball pretty well tonight. He's delivered the ball down the field and also to his intermediate passing. So Rhett looks like he's pretty sharp throwing the football. Gets a good first down there on this drive.
One of the things that's interesting about this quarterback matchup, and it's not unusual, both Sean Bell and Rhett Bomar played for their dads in high school. Bomar play action. He's got a post route, and it is complete to the 20-yard line. Hauling in the football, Manuel Johnson.
Manuel Johnson goes up the seam and does a good job of getting open here. Rhett Bomar, play action fake in the backfield and does a nice job delivering the ball. Probably could have thrown it a little bit further, let Manuel run under it, but nonetheless a good positive play here. Throw it right down the middle of the field. He's got some space. You see Johnson slow down, come down for the football, and good job of hanging on to it after it because he got a lot of Bears trying to pull that football out. One of the longer passing plays of the season for Oklahoma.
Gain of 33 yards. Gutierrez on the zone read. And Allred rides him down after a yard gain. 3rd and 5. They have to get it inside the 10-yard line. Red will try to do it himself. The one. And you know what? With that lead, he came very close. You heard of the long jump. How about the taking the whole body and trying to lunge it about 3 yards in the air?
I don't know if this is a quarterback draw or not, or Rhett Bomar takes it. Colin Allred, they're trying to knock him out of bounds. Good job of stopping his feet and getting the momentum. It's a tough spot. Just going to be a judgment call on the officials where they put that, and looks like they're calling the chains over to measure it here.
He got a very good spot. He got a real good spot. Rhett Bomar is a very tough kid. In fact, Bob Stoops has had to talk to him a little bit. Chuck Long, the offensive coordinator, about getting down, because there are times this year on the sideline, instead of stepping out of bounds, he'll lower his pad level, and he got the first down.
And he got the first down on that play. That's a good job by the quarterback coming around the corner. I thought it was actually trying to be a pass to the fullback, but he pulled it down. Looks like he didn't have it. Take a look at Chuck Long upstairs. Did get a lot of blocking here. Colin Allred just take another look at it here. Good job by stopping his momentum and continuing, just taking that ball down. And like you said, Drew, he might have gotten a pretty good spot there.
He got a real good spot. Oklahoma will take it. 1st and goal, just inside the 10-yard line. Sooners leading 7-6.
Well, the run game is pretty much back with the quarterbacks here at Oklahoma. Jason White in their center. Wasn't a whole lot of run game going from that spot.
Gutierrez cuts back to the 3. You know what, Gutierrez, I thought, first couple carries, a little tentative. Since that time, he's hit it up in the hole nicely.
Gutierrez has pretty good pace here. Take a look at Davin Joseph again, number 77, just pushing Marcus Foreman right off the line of scrimmage here. Excuse me, it's Montez Murphy he's got, and Gutierrez just covers him up, and that's what you call a pancake, folks.
I was going to say, that's a good old-fashioned pancake. Joseph, 6'3", 312-pound senior from Hallandale, Florida. 2nd and goal from the 3. Patrick in as the I-back. He gets the call, and Patrick crossed the goal. No, his knee was down. Ball came out, but they're going to mark him down.
I think it's a good call by the line judge. His knee did go touch the ground, and then he kind of popped over the end zone.
So trying to establish 3rd down.
Yeah, trying to establish the running game, put some power against this Baylor defense. Different types of running backs here. Gutierrez and now Allen. They look on where his right knee right there. Good spot by the officials, and definitely had a touchdown.
Runnels and Patrick on 3rd and goal. Here's a naked. And Red Bomar can walk in. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Great call.
Yeah, that's pretty good play calling by Chuck Long and the offensive staff. Go ahead and bang it up inside. Hey, you try to run up in there a couple of times with some success, move the ball a little bit. Nothing wrong with taking a speedy quarterback around the edge, and Rhett Bomar does a nice job of it here. Good play fake inside, and watch the white jerseys all there, and Rhett goes right to the house on the corner. Good job by him in this offense for Oklahoma.
3rd rushing touchdown this year for Rhett Bomar. First drive, 66 yards in 12 plays. This drive, 65 yards in 8 plays. Oklahoma started to get some rhythm as the extra point is tacked on. 14-6. They started to get some rhythm in the 4th quarter against Kansas last week, and it looks like they have early rhythm after struggling last week in the 1st half.
Yeah, I talked about getting some consistency offensively. Looks like they're establishing that. The running game, the passing game kind of going their way. Now Baylor needs to answer here. They've got time to do so in this half.
Sean Rashad, he's got an opening up the gut. Rashad, he's on the sideline. I don't think anybody can catch him. Rashad to the end zone, no flags, touchdown Baylor. That's one way to respond. 97 yards on the return by the senior from Houston.
I talked about Sean Rashad as a big play wide receiver and in the kicking game here earlier, and that's exactly what he brings to this football team. Bob Stoops not happy about that. He's very diligent on special teams here at Oklahoma. When you kick up, Juwan, you got to pull that ball in. That's a big play if they'd have had it for the Sooners.
Gutierrez with some room. Another first down. Gutierrez has the edge. Inside the 40-yard line of Baylor.
Well, Jacob Gutierrez, he's not big. He's 5'7", about $175, and you know, coming into this ball game, just 16 carries on the season. Young man from San Antonio, the 2002 City Player of the Year in San Antonio. Physical standout here. Good blocking. Take a look at a point of attack here, and then Bush going to come across, and Gutierrez get right in there behind him. And watch the move here. He sets up the defensive back and makes him grab grass. That's what you want from your running back in the open field, be able to make people miss.
You're talking about a 3-touchdown difference from a year ago. That is complete for a first down to Finley.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but it was effective. The defense was deep that time. The secondary was, and Joe John Finley up the far hash mark just kind of slows down, and Red Bomar throws in kind of a wounded duck here, but watch Finley just kind of slow down, the ball fall inside, and gets underneath C.J. Wilson there. So another first down here for Red Bomar in the passing game.
That is a huge pickup for Oklahoma. Clock moving inside 3.5 to go in the first half. 17-13 Sooners. Gutierrez makes Harper miss. He's got the edge again. Gutierrez to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. If you're a Sooner fan and you did not know who Jacob Gutierrez was before tonight, you do now.
And he's getting some help up front. That offensive line, I tell you what, they won at the point of attack. No doubt about it. They won the corner. Jacob Gutierrez just took it around the edge with his speed, and the 5'7" Mighty Mike there doing a good job of getting the score here for his football team. At the point of attack, you see Joe John Finley turn to the corner. And it's just a foot race, and nobody's going to catch him around there. Calvin Shashan doing a good job. Number 70 on that block as well.
Garrett Hartley makes it 24-13. An 84-yard scoring drive. Gutierrez in the end zone for the second time tonight. In college football. 3rd and 10. Baylor needs the 45 of Oklahoma. They drop 8 in coverage. And Ziegler out there, he's got it. Ziegler will score. Touchdown, Baylor, 55 yards. He got behind Lewis Baker. One of the few times tonight Bell has tried to throw the football down the field, and he hits the home run to Ziegler. Now they must go for two to tie it.
Well, they go with an empty backfield here, and they spread it out, and they get a one-on-one coverage, which is what they want, and Ziegler gets right by Lewis Baker. Middle of the field, nice throw by Sean Bell. Good touch on that football, and he just runs it into the house. This is the most important play of the ball game, and believe it or not, this could make a difference whether or not one of these two teams gets bowl eligible this year, what the result of this play and possibly going to overtime.
Well, they've gone for two twice tonight and missed both times. The reason they had to do it early on, they missed an extra point after their first touchdown. Shelton to the near side, Ziegler to the top. The ball stripped.
And spread the field again here. We got one back in the backfield now. That's Whitaker.
And now Whitaker departs. Bell has an opening to the end zone. Two-point conversion is good. And we are all tied up at 27-27 with 1:17 to go.
This thing just parted like the Red Sea. You got everybody spread out and trying to take care of coverage. And Sean Bell, he sees the opening between the guards, and he just runs straight ahead. Take a look here. You're going to see the red shirts. Calvin Thibodeau goes outside. Dusty Dvorak goes out. The only guy's in his way is his umpire. He stretches out, and does his knee hit the ground before he gets over?
You know what? He didn't need to do that either, and it was almost too close for comfort.
Let's take a look here at the sideline here. See at the angle here. He's well over the end zone. He's over the goal line before his knee hits the ground.
Good snap, good hold, and the kick is right down the middle. We'll go to a second overtime. So the gamble by Guy Morris, putting the pressure on Garrett Hartley, and the sophomore from Southlake, Texas, answered.
Well, I think the gamble would have been actually to take the penalty and make him go further back. It would have been a 50-yard field goal if Baylor would have been able to hold on third down. Either way, you know, you're going to have to do something this ball game to win a game, and Guy Morris chose at that point not to take that penalty with his football team. And
I'll tell you what, on both sides,
those are tough calls to make.
They are. On both sides tonight, a lot of guys have grown up. Guy Morris said, we need more experience in big games. They're certainly getting bonus experience tonight. In Dwayne Crawford on the field late. 3rd down and 6. Baylor brings pressure. Bomar hangs in, he's got a man open, touchdown.
Iglesias.
Yeah, Joaquin Iglesias, his first catch of the ball game, 21-yard touchdown for Oklahoma.
There's a penalty flag at the 30-yard line, Drew.
Yeah, the players moved, and all of a sudden you see the yellow handkerchief.
Passer on the defense, number 57. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
What a throw by Rhett Bomar in this situation. You got Joaquin Iglesias in the slot, and he just runs away from the Baylor defense. Good step, good throw, nice touch on this football. Gets over Wilson there at the top. That's what you want from your quarterback in a situation like this, to throw a ball that you can win a football game. Now Oklahoma puts a touchdown up here in overtime.
How about that? Just the 4th aerial touchdown of the season in game number 7 for Oklahoma. And it puts the Sooners up 36-30.
Did he say that was going to be enforced after area here?
Oklahoma has been consistently bringing pressure. They show blitz. They come with 6. And a high throw. Oklahoma will win it. Oklahoma hangs on and wins in 2 overtimes, 37-30. The man was open. Sean Bell's throw was high.
Well, I have to think back to the decision that Guy Morris decided not to take that penalty when he had a chance to take the Oklahoma field goal kicker back for a longer field goal kick. But nonetheless, I think it was a good ball game by both teams in this ball game, Drew. Saw a lot of things from Oklahoma that woke up their offense. And defensively, you know, some good things as well. And it's a big win, I think, for Oklahoma because they're moving it closer towards that six victory goal they have for getting a bowl game.
You know, growth on both sides. You hate to call it a moral victory for Baylor, but you can see the Bears are on the right track with Guy Morris. Coming up next, Pac-10 action. Washington State 23, Cal, number 23 Cal. For Gary Reasons, Jim Knox and our entire crew. Drew Goodman saying so long from Norman. Oklahoma wins it.
You know, we really, Baylor's, you know, a much improved team. We are fortunate to win. Thank goodness we made the plays in overtime to win. You know, the penalties, the penalties, we got second and goal inside the one, we move offside, you know, we procedure. The turnovers, we're moving the ball to go in, maybe kick a field goal, run the clock out, we turn it over. Penalties, turnovers, kicking game with the big return. That's the whole game, and you can't do those things. We're lucky to get out of here this way.
Talk about your young offense. You're down to your fourth running back, and Jacob Gutierrez came in and did a nice job.
We don't look at him that way. He's an incredible young guy that's very talented, and you know, he's a special young man. We totally believed in him that he'd do awfully well. He did. You know, and he can take care of the ball. I know he's hurting because of that, but he had a heck of a game outside of that.
In growing pains, Rhett Bomar played a nice ball game.
He did. He really threw some nice balls, and loved seeing him hang in there in the fourth quarter or in overtime and make that great throw.
All right, Bob, congratulations. Thanks for the time.